Welcome guys to this video, where I'm going to express how I feel about Genshin Impact and why Wuthering Waves is not the Genshin Impact killer. First off, I want to start this video explaining my experience in Genshin Impact. Since I started the game on release, and this was my first open world gacha game, I downloaded the game and started playing. Genshin was, at least in my perspective, amazing, very beautiful. The story was interesting and I loved the characters. Well, almost all of them. I love the game so much that even though I never had good luck while pulling characters, and I say this because the only 5-star that I got in almost 3 months was Chi-Chi, and I got her losing my 50-50 in Ventis banner. I still played the whole 1.0 story, events and everything, until January 2021 when I bought my first console, the PS4. There I made a new ACC and got until the summon part. In those pulls I got Jin, which is my favorite Genshin character by far. I remember that even though I stopped playing the game on the half of 2021, one day I connected randomly and saw the Jin Sia Breeze Dandelion skin and bought it instantly, to then later proceed and not play the game anymore after that day. But well, as I was saying, I got Jin and then I proceeded to play the whole 1.0 again on that new ACC, and then made it my main ACC. The first month in the game felt actually very good, but those feelings of enjoyment started to vanish as I was making my journey into the endgame. As I moved forward into leveling and building my characters, I started to notice some problems that were making my overall experience more tedious. The first and probably the worst one was having to make a schedule to farm my character's essential materials. I don't even know where to begin with this one, but to make it easy, I'm going to make a comparison. Imagine you're on a Friday night, you go out of work and you want to have sandwiches for dinner. But then you remember you don't have cheese and ham in your house. So you'll say, okay, I'll go to the supermarket on my way home. Then you enter the supermarket, take your ham and cheese, and when you're about to go to pay, a security guard stops you and tells you, I'm sorry pal, the only days where you can buy ham and cheese are on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Therefore, you go to your house and enjoy your juicy empty bread sandwich. It sounds stupid, right? Well, congrats. That's how ascending your characters in Genshin works. And even though it is a dogshit decision to make by the developers to force you to schedule your farm decisions by days, it would have been okay if they had fixed this issue within the first months of the game. But as you have guessed, this problem is still in the game. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. What I want you guys to know, and what the purpose of this video is, to make you understand that Wuthering Waves did not kill Genshin Impact. Wuthering Waves just made us understand what an open world gacha game should be. This should be our standard for open world gacha games that are going to come forward. So next I want to do a small categorized comparison between certain aspects of both games, just to validate more my point here. Number 1. Progression and gacha. How does progression feel in each game? In which game the gacha system is fairer? In Genshin Impact, the progression feels heavy, and this is because of the rewards that you get by leveling up your adventurous rank. To do a quick resume on this, I'll just let you know that they are all due to trash, son una mierda. Of course, Wuthering Waves took notice on this and made the rewards better. But still, Genshin has been around almost 4 years and a half, and all the problems I'm going to mention have not been fixed. So check this out. Compared to Wuthering Waves, Genshin gives rewards for every rank that we level up, and WoWa gives rewards every 5 ranks and then every 10 ranks. As you can see here, in the first 5 ranks we get 30k Mora, 12 Fine Enhancement Ore, 20 Wanderers Advice, 5 Food Chickens, Sweet Madams, and just 1 Standard Banner Summon. I'm getting depressed while seeing these rewards again. While WoWa gives us 5 Standard Banner Summons and 200 astrides, which will be 1 limited summon and 60 astrides. Do I have to say anything here? Es basura, it's trash. And of course, you will say that these are the first levels, so it should get better as we go higher. Y yo diría, I would say, okay, let's check it from ranks 6 to 11. Spoilers, we do not get a single pull nor a single primogen. Oh my fucking god, what the hell is this? ¿Qué coño es esto? But since after the first rewards, Wuwa gives their rewards every 10 union levels, then let's do it fair. From Genshin Adventurous rank 6 to 15, we get 110k Mora, 5 of the freaking chicken again, nice, 35 enhancement ores, 25 Wanderer's Advice, 25 Adventurous Experience, a complete Adventurous set, a 4-star sword which is probably the first mediocre thing that we're getting, 2 Fragile Resin, 50 Primogems, and just un solo, standard banner summon, and 1 brilliant diamond silver to ascend our main character. Then let's check what Wuwa gives. We have 5 more standard summons, which is already better than everything that Genshin gave on the last 10 rank rewards, and also they gave 400 astrides, which are equivalent to 2 limited summons and 60 more astrides. And guys, I don't want to keep humiliating Genshin on this subject, but let's just say that in the last rank of rewards for Guwa, we get a 5-star weapon selector and 1000 astrides. And let me tell you right now that the last Wuwa rewards are better than every single reward that Genshin gives in their entire adventurous rank. And take notes that we are getting more things in terms of quantity in Genshin because it has rewards until the rank 60 and Wuwa has rewards until rank 45. But this is about quality, not quantity. Then, talking about the gacha system, I don't even have much to say. Wuwa has guaranteed weapons every limited and standard banner, and in Genshin it's 50-50. Wuwa has 10 less pulls to guaranteed every pity. Also, let's not forget other thing that also benefits Wuwa, which is that every standard 5-star character is usable, and just one is not very good. Yes, I'm talking to you, Lin Yang. That means that if you lose the 50-50, at least you get a character that you can use in the endgame, and not suffer. In Genshin, if you lose the 50-50, you are cooked, freaked, doomed, and done so. So, Wuwa clears the first category. Number 2. Combat and gameplay. How do the combat mechanics and characters variety compare? I don't think I have much to say here. We all know that Genshin gameplay is as simple as deleting the game once you reach the bar of ascending your characters from level 60 and so. As soon as you're reaching the endgame, the enemies start becoming sponges that are not entertaining to beat. In Wuwa, we have a lot of mechanics that we have to pay attention to, such as dodging, parrying, using intro and outro skills, echoes, and more. Also, the enemies, on its majority, are enjoyable to fight. I love games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, and Wuwa reminds me of them in some ways, so clearly Wuwa clears this part as well. Number 3. Exploration and open world. Which game is more restrictive in terms of exploration? Bro, this is getting more and more painful as we continue. I'll put it simple. If you are a Genshin player, and for whatever reason you decided to try Wuwa, as soon as you start the world exploration, you are not going to be able to enjoy the Genshin exploration system again. And if you do, mate, you're kinda weird. Or you probably summon Musica, which is worse. And this that I'm saying was before Wu was 2.0, because as soon as that shit dropped and we were able to fly, it was like speeding over the dead body you killed. That said, Wuwa also clears here. Number 4. Story and narrative. How does each game handle its story and characters development? Okay, so finally we got into a point where Genshin can fight. I'm going to compare Genshin's versus Wuwa's story, only up to 2.1 to make it fair. Talking about 1.0, I have to give the point to Genshin, because Wuwa's start was not very good, and it was hard to understand with all the terms that they introduced. Also, here I have to count the voice acting, which in Wuwa's 1.0 was kinda bad, in certain characters such as Yang Yan and Xixia. Of course they made it better, and I have to highlight some of the Wuwa's companion stories. Yiyan was great, Jinxi's story was amazing, Jinlin was good, Changli also was good. Then we go to the better ones, starring Camellia and Shorekeeper. But in my opinion, Genshin Impact was way more consistent talking about story. Even though I like Wuwa's story better, I think Genshin wins here, but not by much. Number 5. Music and atmosphere. This is a tough one, because I think both games have very great music, such as Genshin Impact's Saltatio Fabilai or Wuwa's Hecate boss fight. Also, Genshin Impact Nahida's Dem is great too. For me, I kinda like Wuwa's more, because out of both games, my favorite song is from Camellia Companion Story. A Million Possibilities. Gosh, I love it. La amo. It fits perfect in the part of the story that it's added. Such an emotional moment, so I'm going to give a point to both games in this category. So, out of 5 categories, Wuwa murders Genshin in 3, and has a total of 4 points to 2 from Genshin. The funny thing is that Wuwa, as much as it's an amazing game, is not better than Genshin just because it excelled that much in every category. Wuwa is way better because Genshin does not even meet at least the minimum standard for a game to be good. The only cause of this that I can possibly think of is because Genshin had no competitor on this genre of games until Wuwa came out, so they are probably going to be forced to do better, or that's what a normal person would think. But clearly, Genshin CEOs are not normal, because Wuwa has almost 1 year been better than Genshin, and they have not improved almost anything. But that's also thanks to the Genshin community, who doesn't know what a good game should be like. So yeah guys, I hope you like this video and understand why Wuwa is not the Genshin killer. The Genshin killer is Genshin Impact itself. I want to hear your opinions on the matter. I'll be reading your comments, and I appreciate you watching this video until the end. Thanks and see you later.